actualized in freedom, in a realm of freedom, whether it's Earth or another realm. They've already actualized in complete freedom the higher resonances of unconditional love and merciful healing. And so they come equipped with the soul memory, a soul imprint, a resonance from within their heart for what is natural and what is not natural in this realm. And it's very confusing for them because the world, the world of the earth is very, very different and often opposite those frequencies. So it's very difficult, that adjustment. But the reason why they must forget, and it's important to realize this, is that they had to undertake the veil of forgetfulness again so that their choices are resonant, they're impactful, they make a difference. You see, there's always a balance in order to maintain the free will construct of this earth. And so if you have individuals that are profoundly enlightened, but they walk in knowing it and they have their full capacity, memory, then there must be on the other side, there must be some greater threats of obfuscating that static and chaos and disintegration. There has to be, because the sacred school, the education that is on this realm is for individuals to actualize in complete freedom, and that's the frequency of all source. So if individuals were to come in remembering everything, then the ante would be raised up quite a bit, and it's not beneficial for all at all. So the individuals, instead of having great suffering on the world and great chaos, there's mild suffering and mild chaos in ratio, I would say. And that suffering is actually felt by the light worker who's actually actualized previously and brings in that song into this world. And that song is discordant to the world around them because this is a world laden with competition. It's chaos and struggle. It's a world of dog eat dog, and it's not a world of co-creation like the other side. So it's a struggle for, all the brilliant lights that have already actualized very high frequencies before they enter to this realm. It's a terrible struggle, but once they break free from that, and there's levels and levels and levels of breaking free from that bondage of shame and uncertainty, and recognizing the music from within. Once the individuals break free, then they are then free to make a profound difference in the world just by the way they feel and the way they see things and the way they broadcast and the way they look at things and the way they smile.
The light worker understands that the light of all source is within. So they don't need faith. They have devotion and intimacy with that light. Now, how is it that we are supposed to swim in this environment and manifest harmony, a coalescing of love and truth? How are we supposed to do that? Well, the solution is that really all our frequencies of light, all paths of truth are frequencies of light. Some vibrate higher and some are more baser frequencies. And the more baser frequencies are frequencies of want and need and fear and oppression and anger and lust. So, Creator, we are partnering with the light of all source. We're partnering with all. We're partnering even with the quote-unquote oppressor that we're trying to help. There is no hatred. We're partnering with all source energy as it flows through the whole world. And we're partnering with it to help a coalescing, to help evolve an eternal love story. So when we confront a divergent stream of energy, we don't focus on how it's manifested in our realm. Instead focus on the light within it. For that divergent stream, that energy, whether it's oppression or fear or anger or greed, well, where does it draw its sustenance from? Where does it draw its existence from? It draws its existence because it is reverberating in our reality the light of all source. Well, you see, how could someone who's doing such terrible things, oppressing others and being greedy and causing suffering, how could they reverberate the light of all source? And I say to you, they do. They just reverberate that frequency from the perspective of without. For when you witness their greed and when you witness their torture and their suffering and their oppression, when you witness it, you see the glory of all source, of divine love, of unconditional love. Because when you witness their greed, you witness exactly what the higher light is not. So they play a very pivotal role in giving you the coordinates of all source on the highest frequency. Now, if you want to vanquish that obtrusive energy, that energy of greed and ego, if you want to vanquish it from your world, if you want it to be free and coalesce with the love of all, then what you do is you don't witness it with your angelic intention and witness it as it manifests before you as something separate from you. You find its resonance within all within your heart, within your empathy, within your empathic portal, within your compassion, and you see its struggle, and you see how they are enslaved. They're enslaved to cycles, to modes of oppression and anger and greed, and all they really have is an infinite appetite to possess. And that infinite appetite to possess comes because they are trying to fill their infinite appetite of spirit with material variables. They're trying to fill their infinite appetite.
You begin to value your own vibration. How are you resonating that? It's because you're recognizing how your vibration is an extension of the symphony of all. And so when you're broadcasting that recognition of the glory of your resonance, your tone within that symphony, implicitly you're also broadcasting the glory of all individuals, the sacred tones within this dramatic love story. So when they hear your resonance and they see your happiness and they see your beaming light, they witness it on a spiritual level. When they see that, it is a beacon of freedom, of intimacy, of connectivity, of family. And that helps bring people alive because they begin to discover aspects of themselves that they have long forgotten. And they're now invited to reconnect and to co-create, to re-embrace intimately their collective. And they don't need to resonate in oppression and anger and disappointment. They don't need that anymore because they don't need to co-create on that anymore. They now have ample frequencies to co-create in vibrant energies of harmonic potency of co-creation. And that is beautiful.
The light worker has the power to work as a beacon to show the path of freedom and unconditional love to all. And so as they broadcast through their hearts a recognition of the potential of all begin to wake up and manifest that potential in actuality. And so we create a wonderful, wonderful drive. We create a reverberation. We take away the inertia, and we flow, and we all get on board, and we begin to surf that dynamic music that flows from behind the veil. We coalesce in awe, unconditional love, the greatest love story ever told that will echo throughout all galaxies, that will echo throughout all dimensions, that will elevate all source back to its great reunion.